YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in the Total War Attila, West Rome legendary campaign, where the Quadians have indeed come back in the greater numbers that I so predicted in an Obi-Wan-esque type fashion. This army does not have much of a prayer of holding them. Part of me, though, wants to play this because I really need to kill as many of these Quadians as possible. This will be an annoying battle to have to fight. But if I leave it to the auto-resolve, I'm sure to get almost no kills. If I fight it on my own, there's a possibility that I can at least get some kills and make this worth my while. And we certainly need to kill as many of these units as we can so that our army that's coming to reinforce will be in better shape. I do want to convert to paganism rather quickly at this point because I need to get that morale penalty and like all the other penalty versus the nomadic factions taken away. I can't afford that anymore, essentially. Yeah, the city is in bad shape. Ain't no doubt about it. Now, some of you guys want me to fight in these downhills, and that certainly does make a big difference. So I will try that. I really need these guys to throw their plumbata, though, so that's my difficulty with using the testudo formation, where you're saying they're going to last longer. But, you know what, maybe I should just go ahead and deploy back here. Let them throw their plumbata as these guys come up, and then I can get into the testudo in time. Kind of thinking where to put these javelins. AI's coming from that side. We might could put my javelins on the wall and just let them rain it down from over here. Let's see if that works to kind of soften up the enemy a little. And we got these Foederati spears. These guys have plumbata here too, I think, because of the mod. They do. So let's just let this big group of guys get all their javelins off, plus those javelins. And then in terms of protecting this choke point right over here, we'll use my general in a shield wall. And let's try and get him into this advantageous position in terms of terrain. Try and get him spread across here as best we can. Shield wall. And then in terms of cavalry, let's see if we can hide my cavalry down here. There will be reinforcements that come for the enemy. Let's take all these guys off fire at will. Even just a couple of cavalry units here or there could potentially make a big difference. What are these guys? I might be able to get the attention of some of their archers by putting these guys up here on the wall and just letting them throw their javelins. And I'm kind of almost thinking about just putting these guys over here as well, letting them fire away. We've got a very depleted naval garrison here, but I mean, we'll take every man we can get at this point. Let's go ahead and start the battle, and I'm going to fast forward. Let the Quadians move. Look at this stupid derpy pathfinding. This is absolutely ridiculous.
More for us to kill. The tide of battle turns.
Yeah, it is more for us to kill, and that's more of a problem than you're giving it credit for here. Oh yeah, the tide of battle will never be in our favor. If I can use this cavalry to kill their general, man, that would be a huge blow. But with all these ballistari coming up, there is probably no feasible chance that I can win this. Now that guy just ran right through my javelins. He's going to get hit by more javelins here. So that cavalry unit will have gotten fairly wrecked. That's good, because it could do a lot of damage otherwise. Get off the battlefield already. Takes all those javelins, still gets in here, but finally wavered and broke before it killed too terribly many of my guys. Don't fire while they're routing. Okay, go ahead and fire back up there. We're going to need to get a lot of their skirmishers, so let's take my cavalry around and see if I can do so. Okay, save your javelins. Save your javelins for a minute. Let's wait for these pikes to come across. We're going to need to get them. These guys got to throw all their javelins over here, so that was worthwhile. My archers are wavering, but they're at least eating some of the fire from those skirmishers. Got my cavalry hidden there. Let's just keep these cavalry hidden and see if we get an opportune moment to annoy some... Oh, no, don't waste your... on the spears. Don't waste it. Don't waste it. Hold on for those pikes to come past. The AI is not actually trying to break my barricade over here. My general is going to have the fight of his life over here. And those crossbows are going to be wrecking all over him. Let's see if we can chase them off for a minute. Oh yeah, our general's going to get wrecked by the crossbows on this difficulty setting. Let's get around and try and get some of their skirmishers. If those pikes walk past these javelins, I'm going to target them. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and target that unit. Get them. Need to kill as many of those pikes as we can. And we are actually getting a pretty fair number of them. So again, all this is going to be very critical.
The enemy has found our concealed units.
Chase off these skirmishers. Their pikes are taking some pretty severe damage here. We got a hold of this one ballistari, and we're going to... Yeah, our general's dead already from the ballistari. Even though he's in shield wall and in a protected position, he's getting absolutely wrecked. Fire at will, fire at will. Okay, that should be enough to pretty much ruin that spear unit. We routed their pike unit. Just get over here and kill as many of their skirmishers as we can. All of this will pay dividends for the next army because they won't have to face off against all this. I'm going to send this one boatman and go chase some of these skirmishers. We managed to kill a pretty good number of their ballistari over here. Got 14 kills and 35 there, and they're doing some team killing for me. And the cavalry over here has actually managed to get a fair number of these guys killed as well. Let's see what we can do in terms of killing more of these Germanic hunters. So, yeah, we're going to lose as expected, but less than expected here. We're going to get a few kills. Just go chase these guys off. All of our cavalry are gone. Don't have a lot of hope or prayer at this point, but again, let's just kill as many of these units as we can. Their skirmishers are going to end up absolutely wrecking me in the end. I don't have anything to make my guys faster, so this just is what it is at this point. I'm going to try and kill those axes if they walk past me ever too. Got a rear charge there, so that Germanic levy's wavering. We need to take as many of these units out of the game as possible. Let's go ahead and get back across here. These guys are coming straight at my Legio. Let's go ahead and rear charge these. Germanic levy, look at that, them wavering even though they got rear charged into an oblivion. Still holding on at 22 men. Did a pretty fair amount of damage to their skirmishers over here, so that'll take away a lot of their ammo and then mean that they have to replen. And I actually caught some of their guys in combat over here when he used the whip. See if I can keep these guys in combat and kill a few of these. Yeah, they're killing a ton of their own hurlers with the crossbows, but they're also killing my men. Oh, my guys left the safety of the town center here. Let's go ahead and pull these guys off. We're going to need them over here. Let's pull these levies amature over here. Guess they can't get around from this side. Rear charge them. Let's pull over here and see if we can help kill some of these Germanic levy. Let's javelin this blob. Just get as many kills as we can. Getting a pretty good number of kills here with the levies amature. These guys, whoa, 150 kills on that unit. That is fan-freaking-tastic. But I'm about to lose here because of all the skirmish fire. Yep, my guys are routing. So, not bad, though. We managed to put a decent number of kills down on the Quadians for what we had. They lost 800 men almost in that attack. So, I would say that that was somewhat successful. Killed their pike unit, too. Killed their cavalry. Those mercenary ballistari, we're going to have cavalry to deal with them. And I actually don't know how much cavalry I have. Because without cavalry, dealing with them is going to be extraordinarily painful. See what the Quadians do to Aquileia. Nothing. They're going to retreat. Good. I might be able to get an army up there and defend it properly. Let's see. Gaetulians are attacking Tingis. And Tingis... Oh my gosh. 4 camel warriors? Yeesh. I don't know what we can do about 4 camel warriors. Once again, though, should I fight this? Should I not fight this? So I didn't fight the Quadians coming in all that time. And then they got to me and did a lot of damage. And I feel like I should fight this. I hate spending all this time on these battles, but it has to be done. Because if I just let these guys have the auto-resolve without any losses, they're going to just come back after me, and it's going to be worse. If I can kill their skirmishers, if I can kill a bunch of their cavalry, this is going to end up being very beneficial to me. It's going to be difficult because they have camel warriors, and just the mass of camels alone is absolutely brutal. They will kill a ton of my men on the charge. But we do have some very nice positions to fight from here, very much uphill and fairly easily guarded. Let's see, AI is coming from that way. I'm thinking to block. Let's block this one. Yeah, all my gates and stuff are destroyed. Scout equites. I'd like to hide these guys somewhere where we can go out and get their archers.
Much has been destroyed.
Trying to see if there's a decent spot to hide these guys somewhere out here because they have a ton of cavalry. I'm thinking this is probably the best spot over here. They should remain relatively out of sight on this side of the settlement.
Ready and waiting.
And we'll try and get around. I did turn off the tower mod, but all of my towers, except for this one way over here, are destroyed. But, you know, I could... Yeah, this is a victory point, though, so we can't give it up. Otherwise, I'd say we could try and, like, just lure them to where I want them. But that will not work. AI attacked in bad weather, like always. Let's, like, maybe start a little further back and see if that keeps them from derping their behavior everywhere. So that is where we have the barricade up. AI is probably going to come down both streets. This street is kind of a nice killing zone here. My archers can't garrison this wall, though. It's just a wall. That's kind of irritating, though. I wonder if they can get good shots up here or not, though. Probably not the best, but let's see what we can do. They've got all their skirmishers, though, too. Let's just try and keep my archers alive to start with, and then we'll try and find them a good firing position. It's going to be very important to know where their cavalry is coming from. Let's get a spear testudo in each point and try and keep them from having room to get a good solid charge moving and give ourselves a very nice downhill advantage to fight from. Let's turn these guys off fire at will for now. I got our cavalry hidden. Let's go ahead and start. I'm hoping that they'll send their camel warriors up, or at least I can get those guys killed. They have a bunch of towers and stuff, which is hilarious. They're rolling up in towers when the gates are wide open. There's holes in the wall. Like, I mean, really? AI is obviously really, really good at sieging. Gotta watch out for their skill level. So many camel warriors. And then they've got the desert mounted skirmishers too. Camel warrior, camel warrior, camel warrior, camel warrior. Desert raiders. Yeah, I'm as dead as going to get here. Oh yeah, get these guys ashore. I need them. They'll come in handy. Okay. They've got some of their archers right up front, too. Got some of their slingers coming up over here.
The gates fall to the enemy. Grim news.
We'll live. As long as it doesn't have oil. Nope. Okay, AI is going to come on in. Let's see what happens here. May not hurt to go ahead and get my archers kind of right over here. Let's get these guys up onto the town center before the camels catch them. Okay, let's see what we get. General's about to get charged by a lot of cavalry. If all of the enemy cavalry focuses at one point, I will bring my other spear unit over to help. My general, where he's at, though, ought to be fairly capable versus cav. Let's bring this cavalry way out and around the town, get back in here and see if we can take out some of the skirmishers from behind. We got more cavalry coming that way, so I do need to leave spears at every point.
As you command. Ready and waiting.
Let's go target flaming shot into the camel warriors. These guys are going to sit there and throw their javelins at my spears, and even though they're in testudo, they're taking losses. I'm going to pull these guys up and turn on my plumbata. Trying to drive the enemy out with flaming shot. Let's keep pouring some down in here. Got flaming shot all over the enemy there. Let's bring our cavalry up behind and see if we can get into these skirmishers back here. My plumbata darts are actually killing a pretty fair number of their cavalry here, but we're also losing a pretty fair number of spears. So it's a little bit concerning, but this blob over here is actually going pretty well for me. I'm going to target the enemy general with flaming arrows. Bring our scout equites all the way around. If they need to rest, doesn't look like they need to yet. Their archers are probably going to try and target me, but this little blob of skirmishers is wide open there. We need to support here, help our spears. Oh, they got through the barricade. Wow, that's bad. That is bad. We're going to have to come try and stop these desert tribesmen, and I think the desert tribesmen are actually going to beat me in melee combat. So I'm going to take this one scout equitate and try and rear charge the desert tribesmen. Let's take this scout equitate and try and run down a bunch of these archers. No, target the enemy general. We have to kill the enemy general. Let's get over there. We got into the enemy archers. We're going to do a lot of damage there. And if my flaming arrows can take out the enemy general fast enough, we do have an honest chance of winning this. And the rear charge from my cavalry here ought to break the desert tribesmen, which are easily winning the fight versus my legio. They do have better attack, I think, but they also have pretty poor health and armor stats. Okay, get over here and just kill the hurlers. I'd love to shatter those archers, and I might, but the hurlers are going to fire at me. Just get right into them. Okay, the enemy general is... Yes! Yes! Let's bring these cavalry out for more rear charges. We've actually got some good stuff going on here. I think we're going to be able to clear out this whole blob. Bad pathfinding slowing me up a little, but we're okay. Their archers shattered. We can now get our scout cavalry over here for some rear charges. And we are beating these guys down over here as well. My tower's actually putting a few shots in. Let's rear charge these guys. Flaming arrows continue to pile in, which is great. A good solid rear charge here ought to finish off the desert levy. I'm just going to let the flaming arrows continue. Yep, got the camel warriors routed. We can now pull all these guys. Let's come on over here. The pathfinding is so bad that these guys are just now getting lined up in position. It's a good thing we weren't in too much of a hurry. Let's watch this up close. My cavalry get a nice rear charge into the desert levy. My general in the testudo there held extremely strong due to the enemy entity mass in the hill. So that was a very good scenario for us. So this was great. I didn't think we could win this, but we did. And that's going to keep the Gaetulians from attacking me in Africa for a little while. So again, some of you may find these battles annoying. These battles are sometimes critical. I can't tell you how mad I was that I hadn't pushed my luck against the Quadians previously because all the damage they just did to me in northern Italy. So I've got to quickly reinforce. Yeah, this is going to push these guys back and force them to... I'm going to take on warriors. so that my guys will be ready for another fight. Yeah, we got them pushed out of there. That is certainly good. We need to slow down their progress as much as possible for as long as possible. Let's see about converting to paganism, whether we're able to yet or not. A bunch of rebels wanting to take my city here. I actually do not care about the rebels taking my city. They can have it, because they're not going to come attack me in Italy. I'm mostly worried about the factions that are going to come actually attack me in Italy. So at Tingis, we're being attacked by a small army of rebels. The auto-resolve will actually give us this one. So we'll go ahead and finish them off. The turn-ins take so long because of all these little defenses. I'm going to take on warriors yet again. So, Leptis, I'm being attacked by rebels. And again, the rebels aren't going to come... they're not going to come fight me in Africa, I don't believe. You got these better units anyway. Let's auto-resolve that. Oh, it sounds like Matthew woke up. I can hear him screaming, so I'm going to have to go get him in a minute. Little error is Matthew. Alright, so we're still going to lose a couple of settlements, but again, the rebel factions don't concern me. A lot of times they just sit tight on their rump. Let's see what else we need to do real quick. Settlement sacked, rebellion imminent, the Council of Carthage. Okay, we've got some Protectores Domestici and some Levies Amature. We can get back up here and blockade at Aquileia. We have Marcomanns now, though, coming down. We are in very rough shape here. Can we get there on a normal stance? Yes, we got to get Mediolanum protected. We need more armies here, and we need them fast. We need at least one good army, though, but that's the problem is we need armies very quickly here. Let's see what we can do. Greco-Roman paganism is actually dropping, which is not going to help me in terms of conversion. I guess I could just turn on a mod to let you convert. Let's get rid of the Latin Church. Let's see if that helps. This will save me a little bit of money each turn anyway. Money isn't really my problem right now. It's going to be holding out. These double garrisons are going to come in massively handy, because that's a big garrison, and we're going to need every last bit of it versus these Marcomanns. We can actually get decent cavalry now. 13 ammunition Javcav with 40 weapon damage. Yeah, better believe I'll look into some of these guys. What's their up? No, their upkeep is way higher than Scout Equites. But yeah, 13 ammunition, 90 damage, and they have rapid advance. Yeah, these guys could be massively helpful. We're gonna need to recruit some of those. And let's go ahead and get some Legio in this army. We're going to need everything we can get. Let's just keep recruiting. We need armies, and we need them fast. We need them yesterday. So, let's see. We need more Protectores Domestici. Wonder why they take 2 turns to recruit. It's so stupid. I may try and look and see if there's a mod that'll let me recruit those guys faster. There's no mercenaries that we can pick up in the lands right now. So we spent some money on troops. Let's see where we can spend some money to kind of continue help. We need to repair everything here, and we need a field here as well, so that we can stabilize the food situation at Aquileia. Spain, it seems like I saw some rebels come into play down here, but maybe I was seeing the wrong spot. I might have to pull one of the armies from Iberia momentarily to get back over to Italy to help out. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. We do have some rebels up here, but we have an army here that can stay. We need a barracks or something to train from somewhere in Iberia. So that's going to be my next challenge, is kind of where to do this. Down here with the iron kind of makes sense, but I don't have any open building slots right now. and I don't see anywhere else where I am building a military facility of any sort, or have a place to even build a military facility of any sort. I also need more sanitation in that province, and my growth just isn't coming fast enough in these provinces for me. I have the public order, like the food and the public order thing here. I wonder if there's one for growth. Public order +4 food 20. Latin Christianity, corruption. Yeah. Huh.
Commander.
Definitely want to get this army back to Italy. If I force march, I can go all the way through here. And then on the next turn, head back through here and get to Italy relatively quick. We need to get a military facility built in Iberia with haste. Part of me wants to put it where the bathhouse is, but the bathhouse is helping with public order that's pretty desperate for me, actually. This public order is all pretty necessary for me, too. Except for this fountain. We could probably live without it momentarily. Let's do that, and we'll build our military facility there. And it's not exactly where I want it. I'd rather have it down here where the iron's at, but we'll change eventually. This will just give me a chance to do something. So, got some stuff built. We have an army in position to protect Aquileia. The Marcomanns are right here on our doorstep, and there could be a couple of stacks of them, but if they give me at least a turn, I'll have a bunch of cavalry to help, and then I've got quite a few guys to help in a siege defense here too. So I mean, I'd be able to put up a pretty strong siege defense. The problem is we kind of really still need more armies back here. So I think I'm going to recruit or raise forces. Political animal, leader. Let's raise another army.
At your command.
Put him in Rome. Let's go ahead and get a couple of or at least one Comita Tensei spears. That is going to be all the time I have for this episode. Some of you are asking me to do longer episodes. I really can't at the moment, but eventually we will. We can go ahead and give improved integrity on this general, which will go a long way. Public order +5 in the province. That's huge. So this army is actually finally turning positive integrity. And we can do the same thing here. So that's going to be big. So that army's turning positive integrity. Yeah, I think this is the right move. Bring that army over, help defend Italy. Africa's stable for now, and all we have to do is just kind of beat down some of these big stacks, and then we'll start prodding forward and tearing down some of our enemies that are right on our borders, like these Quadians, like nuking their settlement or something. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage signing out for now.